So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a battle analysis of the Dark Elder, or Drukhari, versus the Tau. In this 1750 competitive Maelstrom of War new chapter approved mission, Decapitation. I'm Stephen from Vanguard Tactics, and it's my mission to help you become a better 40k player. So I just want to kick off this video with a massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the channel, the emails, the Patreon supporters. Without you, this all wouldn't be possible. So a massive thank you to you for supporting the channel and supporting our mission at Vanguard Tactics to help people become a better Warhammer 40k player. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you two armies, the Drukhari versus the Tau. We've got a 1750 point battle lined up for you, Maelstrom of War, and one of the new missions, Decapitation. Now the reason behind doing Maelstrom of War and chapter approved missions is because we want to help people focus on the basics of the game, and we're then also going to be doing series on ETC style missions and also ITC missions. So if you are a slightly more competitive player already playing on the tournament scene, there's going to be plenty to come for you over the coming weeks and months. I'm going to be doing a series on the ITC, a series on the ETC, and also how to become a competitive tournament player. Now, I put this channel together just to help people that are maybe thinking about, playing in a tournament, or maybe want to just become a better club level player with their friends. Then this is the perfect channel for you. But also for those that are currently playing on the tournament scene that want to start to break into the top half of the ladder or the top 10 and maybe even go and win a GT. So I'm Stephen, and I've done that over the last sort of 18 months. I've had so many top 10 placings across different tournaments. It's my pleasure to sort of share some of my knowledge and experience that I've gained over the last couple of years of being back into the hobby. So today we've got Jack, who'll be playing the Tau, against Mark, who's going to be playing the Eldari. So both lists are going to be on my email newsletter, and you can access those on www.vanguardtactics.com. and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over a screenshot from Battlescribe of both of their army lists. The other thing that I'm going to send you straight away is my night cheat sheet that I use when I play in tournaments, and also my army which went undefeated at the last Warhammer World Grand Tournament Heat 3 with Deathwatch. So I'm going to send you both over those lists cheat sheet straight away, and then also I'll be sending you the army lists for the Tau and also the Eldari. So if you're interested in the lists, that's the best place to go. A quick overview of Jack's list. He is running a brigade, so has a huge amount of command points here with this Tau list, and he has gone for the Sept that if he stands still, he is basically counts as being in cover. He has got fire warriors, he's also got some riptides in there with the heavy burst cannons. He's got 3 units of broadside, he's got plenty of shield drones, pathfinders, he's got commanders, ethereals, he's got Fireblade. So basically what we've got there is a really well-rounded army that can basically deal with anything, and I've played against this Tau list so many times and it is absolutely brutal. Jack took this list, or a very similar list, to the LGT last year and did extremely well. I think he went 3-2. So Jack is a very good player, and unfortunately only got knocked out by the winner of the LGT. So this is a very good list with a very good Tau player, and I thought, why not bring in somebody that is a real expert at the army to really show you what can be done with it. And obviously we always make mistakes, and there's going to be parts in this match that you're going to see that went well, other things that didn't, and my job is going to be to show you the best bits but also the tactical errors, because the only way that you're going to get better at this game is by learning from mistakes. So if you haven't seen one of my battle reports or battle analyses yet. I just give you the highlights, okay? So I'm going to give you certain and in particular important strategies, and I'm going to interview both players across the course of the game. We're going to see what cards they're drawing, we're going to see how each turn went, and also a tally of victory points as we go along the game. So you're not going to see the full battle report every dice roll at a time. You're going to be shown the synopsis, and then what I do is I break the game down, I pause it, I do some voiceover just to really explain what I'm thinking as I'm watching this game. We've then got Mark with the Eldari. Now Mark's been someone that I've been helping who he's a very, very good club player and also is now starting to break onto the tournament scene, and he's just wanting to get better and better with his Dark Eldar. So we've adapted his list over time, and we've got a battalion with a coven, so we've got 3 Talos, we've got 3 units of Rax with Homunculus and Urian. So they've got a 4-up invulnerable save, and those homunculuses give a, or homunculi perhaps is it, gives +1 strength and toughness depending on which one it is to the Rax and also the Talos and also Grotesque. So very sort of durable, harder punching units there. We've then also got a Blackheart detachment, and this is the Spearhead detachment. So we've got 3 Ravagers with disintegrator cannons, and we've also got 2 Razor Wings with disintegrator cannons as well. So there's a lot of shots, a lot of firepower, but as the added in bonus, we've also got a supreme command of Beltan, Craftworld, Farses and Warlocks. So we've now got a Quicken in the list to allow for extra maneuverability with those Farses and Warlocks if needed. We've then or Restrain, which is incredibly powerful power when used against the right opponent. For example, if you can take a unit of so what Restrain does is it halves a unit's movement speed. So what you're allowed to do then is, for example, cast that on a unit of Flying Bite Custodes, put them at half movement, and all of a sudden that will just give you an extra turn to either fly away, move away, or shoot them. So very, very good power there. Or it allows you to move again, so it's really good for getting your Psykers in range for wherever they need to be on the board. We then also got Doom, which allows you a power to reroll all wounds against an enemy unit, and then we've also got Jinx, which modifies the save down by 1. So in this we've got the battalion, we've got the Spearhead, and we've also got the Supreme Command. So it's a little bit of a soup list, but a very, very competitive list, and it's going to be an absolute pleasure to watch this guys play. And this game absolutely went to the wire, and it is a really good close game to watch. So as I mentioned before, this is a Maelstrom of War from the new chapter approved Decapitation. Now, just for your reference, the ETC, the European Team Championships, is a combination of Maelstrom and Eternal War missions. So what I want to do is show you each segment on how you can specifically play for this. Now the ETC new mission pack isn't out yet, just because obviously with the new release of chapter approved, but I can imagine we're going to see some of these new missions integrated into the ETC system and also mission packs, which is really exciting to actually break this down, focus on one part of the mission, get very good at scoring it, so then when you start to combine Eternal War and Maelstrom together, you know exactly how your army needs to play for both elements. So the lists that have been designed here are both balanced, well-rounded lists. They're able to fight Horde, they're able to fight Knights, and that is the real strength of list design. Now, one thing I want you to really think about before we get into this battle report is the deployment of both armies, okay? This for me was one thing that I was watching, I thought, actually, I think there's been a few mistakes being played during the deployment. Now, the way that the new chapter approved missions work is that you roll off and the winner selects the side that they want, and then the other person sets up their entire army, and the person that sets up first goes first, unless obviously they seize or the opponent seizes. So it allows you to deploy your whole army and then counter deploy, okay? So it makes first turn not as, let's say, brutal, because you can sort of start to deploy around that, knowing that you might be going second. But deployment is so important, and actually deployment is going to be the next section of my book, The Player's Guide to 40k. And if you're interested in finding out what I'm writing about and everything that I'm doing, the previous section was on screening and basically how to stop alpha strikes, how to stop you know, deep strikes from occurring, and I show you full page color maps where you need to deploy with ranges. And if you're interested in getting your hands on one of those on the 40k Player's Guide, then the best thing to do is head over to my website www.vanguardtactics.com, and I give you all the information over there if you would like this guide and PDF download that I'm going to send you straight away, that you can start taking to the table with you and start to practice using these different techniques. And I go over 3 different ways of screening and deploying your screen, but screening and deployment is so important, and the next section is going to be all about deployment. And I think this battle report really sums up why deployment is so important, and it's my belief that this game was lost in the deployment phase. So you have to wait and see what happens. I'd love to know your thoughts, so if you have any comments or anything you would have done differently, pop it in the comment section below. I reply to absolutely everyone that makes a comment on my channel, just because I appreciate it so much. So yeah, I'll head over now to the mission, and let's see what can happen. So I'm just going to pause the game here. Now, this is a massive mistake Mark has just made in deployment. So we're literally about to go into the first turn. Jack's got the upper hand because he deployed first in this mission pack, so he goes first unless Mark can seize. Now, because of the way that Mark is deployed, he's deployed all of his units on the line, and he's got his Farseer and his Warlock on jet bikes behind 1 unit of Grotesques. That is it. 1 unit of Grotesques. Once they're gone from the Riptides or the Broadsides, then the next closest unit are going to be those key characters that literally are like the glue in Mark's list. Doom and Jinx make the whole thing work. I just don't know why Mark has put them so close and hasn't screened them. All he would need to have done is put them 6 inches behind the unit of Talos. So you've got the Grotesques in front, then the Racks, then the Talos, and those guys can move so far, like 22 inches with their movement and advance, and then cast spells on top of that. Their spell range is huge. There's absolutely no need for them to be on the front line. So Mark has just made a massive tactical mistake. Let's see if it costs him the game. 6 objective markers. There is 1 here, 1 in the middle there, 1 behind here, 1 in the centre, 1 in the back corner to the left, and then probably 1. Is there 1 over there?
Yeah, 1 at the back there.
Okay. So we've got Mark's Drukhari in the corner. Mark deployed second as he picked the side, so that forced Jack to deploy first over here with the Tau. Got the gun line set up and ready. So now Jack, what are you doing, Jack? Were you going first?
Oh, I'd like to go first.
Jack would like to go first. Mark, how do you feel about that?
Yes, I think I'm going to weather a barrage on the first turn, and if I can last out, if I can keep units on the board, then I can hopefully hit hard in my turn 1.
So you're not going to seize?
I'm going to try.
Oh, he's going to try and seize.
I might as well.
He's going to try and seize. Which dice? Where are you going to roll it? Roll it here.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, first time on camera!
Beautiful.
He seized! Jack.
Oh, I'm not happy about it.
So, a little bit of a backstory. Jack is notoriously salty, and Mark
has already been cheated before the game.
And Mark has absolutely obnoxious rolling, proving his point with the 6.
I've taken it.
Oh, the Vanguard veteran, just there, keep an eye on things, bringing the Deathwatch soon to kill this Xenos scum everywhere. So it's turn 1 for Mark. Current scores on the duels is turn 1. Jack is 15 CPs, as he's rocking a brigade. Mark has 10, and it's 0-0 on victory points. So this will indicate victory points for Jack, victory points for Mark.
We'll do some pre-game moves.
Jack's got some pre-game moves to do. I like it. Now this mission, you can discard up to 6 cards before the battle starts. So I'll put those up now. Jack's first. And Mark, and I'll ask them why they went over these later on. So these are the ones that are no longer in the deck. They need to draw 3 cards per turn, and you can have up to 6 in your hand. If you lose a character, then your opponent can randomly discard one of your active and current objective cards that you have. And then if you lose your warlord, you discard up to D3. So Mark, you decided what you're going to do?
I'm going to draw 3 cards and then
See what they are.
make my choice.
Let's draw them then. What have you got?
Secure Objective 3, which is there.
Secure 3, it's a nice easy one then.
Defend Objective 2, which is there.
Okay, that's another middle one.
And Secure Objective 2.
Oh, which is there.
Objective 2.
Great draw for you then, Mark.
Pretty important.
So pre-game, how are you going to score points this turn? What are you thinking?
So the 2 that are important to me are 3 and 2. So I'm going to need to move up and try and sit on those objectives for this turn and hope Jack can't shoot me off.
Cool. Any big threats on the board you need to get rid of this turn? Mark, what are you thinking? What's your target priority?
It's the Riptides are always going to be a danger. I don't like these rail rifles. They're a bit like the old Imperial las guns. I'd like to get rid of those. I'd like to get rid of all of 4 of these actually.
Las cannons, I think Mark means, not las guns. That's a completely different weaponry.
If I can get rid of these guys and these guys, then they're
He's a bit greedy.
yeah, during the course of the game.
I've seen him roll it before.
Yeah.
Then it puts me in a strong position.
Now, Mark, as he went over at the start of this, in the intro, we do have some psychers on the table. So we've got Doom, we've got Jinx, which allows, Doom allows reroll wounds against an enemy unit, and Jinx takes 1 away from any of their saving throws, be it armor, cover, or invulnerable saves. So I'm sure Mark will be using some of those to his disposal this turn, and then I assume these Talos are not going to be staying there. But that was a big blow, Jack, wasn't it, not going first?
Yeah, it hurts.
Oh, that was a very close up of your beard there.
Yeah, it's painful. But we shall see.
Always good to put yourself on the back foot, isn't it? See
Yeah.
you get on.
Weather the storm.
Weather the storm. Are you going to play prepared positions?
No, because I'm Darleth, so I get cover save anyway.
Darlath, eh? So all of Jack's army is already in cover. No 2 CPs needed for you to spend, my friend.
Cash in my pocket.
It's like Asda.
I've got a question regarding the new chapter approved missions. The Maelstrom of War, do they score at the beginning of the turn or at the end?
End of your turn.
End, okay. So it wasn't like the mission we played the other day where you score at the start.
No.
Because then you can take your turn.
Oh, your defend will be.
Yeah.
Your defend will.
You won't get that.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, you have a defender. Yeah, actually, you scored at the end of Jack's if you're still on it.
Right, movement.
He's into the movement phase. I'll recap at the end of this turn.
I will doom the. Did you say there's a 4 and a 5?
6.
A 6?
Yeah.
Let's just make sure I'm in range because I'm just
You are.
24.
I
Yeah.
just checked, yeah.
I'll doom the 6.
Cool.
So what does it cast on, Mark?
Cast on a 7.
Cast on
I've
a
got
7.
+1.
Are you spending a CP to do that, are
I
you?
will, yeah. So
Do I get 1? No.
do I get 1? Nope. I get them back on a 6. So I'll go down to 9. So I need 6 for it to go off. Guess it. So it goes off with a 7.
So Doom allows a unit or units in your army to reroll wounds against a unit. So there is a unit of 6 drones in here. The reason why Mark has gone for that is because if Mark tries to shoot the broadsides, they can obviously use drone protocols.
Saviour protocols.
Saviour protocols. And that does what, Mark, Jack?
Passes all damage across to a drone or 2 up, and a shield drones and ignore it on a 5 up.
And multiple damage just
converts to 1 mortal wound.
Oh, that's tasty. That is tasty. Good power to get off there, Mark. Good tactical play. Nothing else is in range psychic wise, so just kicked off with the Doom. So end of turn 1 for the Dark Eldar. That is, we're at the top of the turn, which basically means the start of turn or battle round 1, and then it's going to go to Jack, which would be the bottom of the turn. So we obviously, these guys moved forward. These guys kind of made an advance move up to here. Psychic phase, doomed unit went quite well, and then all these disintegrator shots here piled into the drones that were sat under that. There was there 10 drones?
10 shield drones. Yeah.
10 shield drones in total have all gone, so that's first strike to Mark, which gives him now 1 victory point for first strike. And then what cards do you score, Mark?
So I have got secure objective 2,
yep.
Which is
that
here.
one.
Sorry, that one there.
Yep.
I've got secure objective 3, which is there.
And you've started defend 2 as well.
That's correct, yeah.
So if Mark's still on this one for another turn, by basically the end of Jack's turn, then he's going to score 2 points for that very good round.
I also got
First
strike as well, so that gives me 3 VPs at the end of my first turn.
So 3 plays 1. Mark, happy with that first turn?
Yes and no. It took 2 Razor Wings and 3 Ravagers to clear off 10 drones.
Okay.
With Doom as well, which just shows you how resilient they are. So it was good rolling from Jack. The problem for me is that I've now got to weather a barrage of what can only be described as shooting abuse from the Tau. The drones are so useful in the Tau army because, as we said, it gives you a turn without your shooting units taking any damage. They've done their job incredibly effectively. I'm glad I got rid of them all though, and if I do have anything that can shoot left at the end of my turn, then I'll hopefully fight back.
So turn 1 then, Jack. What are you thinking? Turn 1 for you. What card are you drawing first?
Let's have a look. Kingslayer.
Just slay the Warlord.
Secure 1.
Secure 1.
Secure 1.
So secure 1
is right there.
That's a beautiful. That's every man's dream of a kind of draw. That one, isn't it?
Kingslayer's not going to happen. There's the Archon tucked right behind the car park of Dark Eldar.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of closer enemy units there, mate.
Yeah, so that's going to be a struggle, but that's a 2 points off the bat.
And how are you going to score that one?
I'm just going to take all my tactical prowess.
Yeah? How are you going to do it?
I'm not quite sure yet. Come back to me.
Any threats you need to get rid of this turn, mate? What are you thinking?
I need to do a bit of pre-measuring, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do for my first turn.
Oh, he's going to come back to us.
Yeah.
Just keeping it secret. Keeping it safe. So Jack, it's just got the glare of the light behind you, like some sort of,
angel.
Iron halo, yeah. So Jack, what do you do?
So first things first, declare Callion as commander.
That does what?
Reroll all hits for everyone who doesn't move, which is the 4 broadsides here.
Once per game, isn't it?
Once per game, so that's done. I've moved my infantry out to get some line of sight. I've moved 1 unit onto the objective 1 for 2 points.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I've kept all the 4 Pathfinders and the Marksmen there because they're heavy weapons. Move these up for a bit of blocking if these do survive.
Movement blocking with a screen. Screening is important.
Advance this unit of shield drones over here to start protecting these for next turn. Both Riptides moved.
So I'm stopping the game one more time here. Now, this for me, I think, was a mistake on Jack's part. I'm going to ask him at the end of this video to understand why he decided to do this, but having those broadsides that I think have only got a 36-inch range, that far away from what I think he should be going for is the Disintegrator Ravagers, because he's strength 6, their toughness 6, I think they're -2, 2 damage. He would literally go through them like butter, and I think what he probably should have done, in my opinion anyway, is gone for potentially the Ravagers instead of the Grotesques in this situation. I'd have just let him have that defend and just focused on getting rid of some of his killing power at this point, because he did such a good job on, Mark did such a good job against getting rid of the shield drones. But I'd love to know your thoughts, so yeah, put it in the comments section. What have you done in Jack's situation? Let me know.
Nova charged. I've branched this one for a 3-up invuln and his gun, and this one's just gone for a 3-up invuln, not his gun.
And you take a mortal wound when you do that?
As the mortal wound's gone through, these crew to advance around here.
And what's your strategy with those guys doing a sort of a flanking manoeuvre? Is that something you want to talk about now or later?
Yeah, so no, I'm happy to talk about that now. They come around here, these grotesques need to go. They're securing objective, they're defending the objective at the moment, and they're a bit close to my lines. So they've got to go, they're in range. I'll put the pressure on Mark's flank over here, just try and clear those racks out in that back corner.
And how do you feel about that, Mark?
I'll have to see if he can achieve it. I don't think the group are going to do much. Riptides on the other hand. Not possible.
Did you say group?
That's what I call them. That's my name for them.
I'm group.
I need to take out at least 1 Ravager, maybe 2. I hope to try and take 2.
Then you've got the Talos to contend with.
Deal with them later.
Mark's got layers of threats. He's like an onion. He's not sure what that was. Got no comeback to that.
Deep thought.
So on to the shooting phase, and then I'll do a roundup at the turn.
My shooting phase, I'm playing command and control node. From this, commander doesn't shoot, so this unit of broadsides can reroll wounds.
Okay, so it's like a Doom for 1 CP, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And what are you doing, Mark?
I'm going to Vect. I'm going to use Agents of Vect on it.
Which does?
Well, we'll see if it goes off, but that should stop the stratagem from coming into play. I figure that the target will be my heavy support over here, and I think that re-rolling wounds against them is worth saving, because if I can keep them on the board and keep them healthy, hopefully they'll do some damage next turn.
Nice. So we're going to roll your dice just so I can see. Going to go just here?
Yeah, sure. So
Mark, what have you got to roll then?
It goes off on a 2, 3, 4 or 5, and then that gives Jack his 1 CP back as well. It doesn't go off on a 1, and on a 6 his CP is spent.
As well as it's being stopped.
And gone forever.
Here we go then.
Oh! Obviously, it's
of course he has. Of course he has. Jack, how do you feel about that?
I'll just put that back. But Mark didn't generate any of those command points back, so that's 4 in the hole. Yep.
So Jack, end of your turn, how'd it go? First
not bad.
Points, did you score first strike?
Got first strike.
How did you do that?
I clocked a centre Ravager there, which did blow up, but the CP was spent.
So this is the dead pile, so Ravager's gone, and the Grotesques that were holding that objective. So now you've stopped Mark from defending 2.
Indeed.
So the Grotesques are dead. How much did you have to put in to kill them?
I was got a bit greedy with the first Riptide. I tried to smart missile the racks in the back corner, but Mark played lightning fast reactions, even -1 to hit. So it took both Riptides, and it took the missile sides to finally clear off those Grotesques.
So the lightning fast was on the Grotesques, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that gives them a -1 to hit. Nice, very effective against town. Did you marker light them up?
They got the 5 marker lights on them.
So that re-rolls ones.
Cancel each other. Re-rolling all hits.
Re-rolling all hits and +1 to hit, so that cancels that out. Nice.
And 2 rare rifle sides sniped out that Ravager.
Nice, decent. And you scored your 2 victory points from here and first strike, so 3 plays 3. On to the...
I'm going to discard.
Discarding Kingslayer. Yeah. Nice. So Mark, is there any cards you want to discard? Well, you should obviously would have done it at the end of your turn, but you'd have kept it anyway, wouldn't you? Because you had a decent card there.
Yeah.
Cool. So Mark, draw your 3 cards and on to turn 2, so I'll just put the turn dice down to 2 here, and victory points are up to.
So 3 all.
This is quite hard to do this.
We're just destined for draws.
So 3 threes every time, Mark. And so the CPs on the doors are Jack's on 13 now, and Mark is only on a lonely 2 CPs. He's been burning through these like firewood on a cold winter's day.
Edit that out.
Dreadful joke.
Right, okay, so
what are you doing?
Defend objective 2.
Defensive 2, yeah, he's got to keep. Yeah, so you can have up to 6 in your hand and draw 3 a turn.
Blood and guts. Destroy something in the fight phase. Overwhelming firepower. Score 1 victory point if you kill 1 unit. D3 if you kill
in the shooting
3 or
phase,
more.
isn't it? Yep.
Yeah, in the shooting phase. Big game hunter. Score a victory point if at least 1 enemy unit with a wounds character of 10 or more was destroyed during this turn.
So basically, kill a Riptide. If you kill it in shooting, you'll get 2, and then kill the other one in combat. Excellent. Yep, that's the plan. So Mark, what have you just cast?
I cast Executioner on these fire warriors here.
And that causes D3 mortal wounds, and if a model is slain, it causes another D3 mortal wounds. However, when Mark cast, he rolled a double 6, which means that is a Perils. Have you cast Doom?
I have, yes.
So obviously Executioner goes off NA7, so you can either do. Did you use a free reroll that he gets?
Yet. I've got the reroll to use, yeah.
So Mark can either reroll, and you've got the +1 off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you may as well just reroll one of those dice using the helm from the Farseer, because whatever it is becomes now.
So that's now an 8.
That becomes an 8.
So he goes
therefore
off.
Ignores the Perils. Otherwise, Mark could have had to took D3 mortal wounds, but then obviously the Farseer ignores on 2 ups because he's a boss. So how many mortal wounds on this unit here?
3.
Oh, 3. And
And
because
again?
it kills it a model, he does it again for a single model. But that's one lonely fire warrior left. Not happy about that.
Psychic bullets, shenanigans.
Okay, so now I've got this dude here.
Actually,
Bit of cheating going on.
the closest one there.
Bit of cheating.
He is going to cast Jinx on this guy.
Cool. Is he on the +1, is he?
Yeah, same thing.
6.
Goes off with a 10.
So that's the end of the turn. Mark, give us a quick summary of what you did. Talos, move forward.
Talos, move forward, yeah.
And you killed a couple of broadsides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 broadsides, is that it? That died?
And drones, some fire warriors.
Some fire warriors that were there from Smite. Cool. Homunculus charged in, nothing else too much to report there. But basically the big one was, did the drones die as well?
All the drones are gone,
So all the shield drones are now dead that were there. And obviously the 2 broadsides. So that's quite a nice little turn, that, Mark. What have you scored?
So I killed 1 unit with shooting of the fire warriors, a broadside, and then half of that unit. So I'm gonna just be able to get a 1. So 1 victory point.
No, you killed broadsides, drones, fire warriors.
Yeah. Okay, so D3 victory points instead.
Cool.
So let's see. It's 2.
2, nice.
2 VPs that turn.
Anything else?
Big Game Hunter, no. Blood and Guts, no. And Defend Objective 2, no.
Cool.
So I'm going to discard now Defend Objective 2 also.
Well, there's no point, mate. You may as well keep it. Because you've just scored overwhelming firepower.
Oh, yes, I have, yeah.
So then you just
take 3, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, you may as well keep them. So Mark goes up to 5 points. So 5 plays 3 into Jack's second turn. What are you doing, Jack?
I need to have a bit of a think.
Let's have a think. Do you want to draw your cards for me?
I'll draw my cards. Come back to me.
So what have you drew, Jack?
So Kingslayer from last turn, defend 2, defend 3 and defend 6. That's defend 3, defend 2 and defend 6 in the back corner.
Okay.
And the Kingslayer still no chance.
No one's lost a character yet in this mission either, have they?
No.
Okay, cool. Nice. Interesting to see what you do this turn, Jack.
Yeah, I think the Talos need to go, I think.
Yeah, they're getting dangerously close.
Yeah.
Dangerously close. They want to get those Riptides in action, mate.
Cool.
It's that moment when you just pray for an extra inch.
Advance the crew. Okay, 10. I want to play a stratagem to move these.
Okay.
How many CPs you left down to now?
Down to 8.
So we've just come to the end of Jack's turn here. And is that Dialeth stratagem?
Dialeth, yep.
Which allows you to do what?
Move a unit after it's shot.
Okay. Nice. And that's 1 CP, is it?
Yeah.
Lovely. So now we're on to the charge phase. Any charges, mate?
It's a no from me.
It's a no from Jack.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah.
I thought Aggressive Tower was making a comeback.
One day.
Okay.
Did you shoot him?
No.
Is he making a Oh.
Well, take that back.
Mark's just made a very good point here.
I know those stratagems are very similar in that the fire and fade, you have to move them immediately after the you've shot.
And you can't charge after you fire and faded, can you, Mark?
Found that out. Who knew?
Oh.
Right, you are.
Put that CP back on. Bit of cheating, eh? It's fine. Luckily we're all friends here.
We're all allowed to get rolls wrong because there are millions of them.
Yeah. So what happened at the end of that turn then? Give us a quick run through. What did you kill?
I finished off this unit of racks holding that objective.
Okay, nice.
I failed massively to kill any of the Talos.
Okay.
Only one's down to 2 wounds. And failed at killing a Ravager.
Bit of a whiffer then, was it?
It was an absolute whiffer.
And you failed to kill the homunculus.
Oh yeah, I shot a Riptide at the homunculus.
And he took
survived,
it.
Yeah.
Took it like a champ.
Yeah.
Did you score any cards?
I'm defending 2, I'm defending 6.
So you're kind of halfway there for those.
Yeah, I want to get rid of defend 3.
Okay, cool. So at the end of that, it's still 3, 5, and we go into turn 3. Mark, what's your card draw? Can you pop them over here for us so we can show the viewers back home?
Secure objective 4, which is here. I'm already on it. Secure objective 5,
Which you're already stood on.
which I'm already stood on.
Great draw.
Master the Warp. Score 1 victory point if you manifested or denied a psychic power during this turn.
I think you can probably do that one
Yes.
with these chaps. Now remember guys, if you are watching back home and you want to see these lists break down, you can subscribe over on www.vanguardtactics.com and I'll email you the 2 Tau and Dark Eldar lists. All you have to do when you see the email pop up, just pop your email address in there and I'll fire that over, obviously as long as I get Jackson Mark's permission.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
So you can have a look at some of these good, strong, competitive tournament lists, but also with a good, I mean, Jack, you've got a single codex here, which is great, and Mark, pretty much 75% of your army, I would say, is coming from 1 codex as well. So very nice, and I know you're going to paint these up in the same theme, so they're going to look wicked. Nice guys. So we go into turn 3. Mark's got some easy cards there. He might get a bit of a lead on this Tau. How you feeling, Jack?
Not too confident at the moment.
No?
Starting to get a bit concerned.
He's getting concerned.
How many victory points have you got at the minute?
I got 3,
Against my 5. Okay.
but 4 might be incoming.
Yeah, Mark, to be fair, not only has Mark got a score, but he's actually got a deny at this point. And I don't know how he's going to do that, if I'm honest. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this one plays out. Good game so far. Now, I've just pointed out to Mark that at the end of Jack's charge phase, we could have, or Mark could have actually heroically intervened here, because although Jack didn't charge anything, that phase still happens, and as long as the homunculus was within 3 of the fire warrior, he can actually make a heroic intervention and would have allowed Mark to hopefully kill those guys and possibly even move on to objective number 2. So I mean, it could have been Mark, you know, did honestly forget that, so I just thought I'd pick that up now, but that is a really good one to watch out for, remember guys. So do make sure if it is your turn you keep your units over 3 inches, 3.1, and just declare your intent with your opponent as you do so to stop these characters from getting a free basically attacks on you, essentially. So but that could have been big for Mark, because if he was on that from the previous turn, that would have helped him get, you know, secure his defend 2 that he's got, or what would have actually happened, this would have actually been really good if you'd have heroically intervened here, killed them, consolidated closer, so which would have been, as long as he ends a little bit closer to that Riptide, then he would have controlled objective number 2 in Jack's turn, and then he only has to keep his model there and not die in his own turn, which would happen. He would have got secured 2 points for himself. So I think that's quite a tactical error from Mark there. But anyway, Mark, lesson learned, eh?
Indeed.
That's what this show's all about. And I just thought I'd pick up on that as it's a really great moment to, yeah, look at that.
Fight phase.
Charging. Who's charging then, Mark?
So the Talos are gonna multi-charge these guys with the captain here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So photon grenade from the Fireblade, D6 shots, 2 6s. No, 1 photon grenade and rapid fire. So photon, 3 shots, 6s, -1 to hit.
So the photon grenades basically makes the target -1 to hit.
No, and then the other shots missed.
Okay,
So
do they get in?
Talos number 1.
So reroll advance and charge for Talos for 11. So I'm good, no problem there. So I basically want to come around here to make sure I can hit this dude. And then come here. And then there.
Now I thought I'd just quickly pick out on this point as well. So Mark, in my opinion, could have literally just really put the nail in the coffin here. Now as you see, he rolled such a great number, he could have just moved that Talos round even further, and basically just put him like 0.9 of an inch away from that model, just so he's within an inch so he can actually fight. But what that would allow him to do is just put his base round a little bit further, so that gives him a 3-inch consolidation straight into that unit of Pathfinders, which would basically stop them from shooting next turn, which would have been pretty brutal, just sort of preventing even more and really shutting down Jack's army completely. So again, when you're up on points, you know, still play as tactically as you possibly can, make sure you do it quickly, but these things do get forgotten about. But it's great for me at this opportunity just to pick these things up, because if you are watching, these are mistakes to learn from, just so that you can become a better gamer.
Any points did he score?
Master the Warp, D3. So 2.
So he's up to 7.
Secure objective 5. 1 and 4. So another 2.
Yep.
That's 9. Defend objective 2. Blood and Guts killed 3 units.
Yep.
So it's D3.
Number
2. 2. Big Game Hunter, D3.
Yep. No, 1.
Just 1.
Oh, is it? Oh, 1. Okay, right.
So up to 12. So the score is currently
defended 6.
Okay, 5. So that goes at the end of Mark's turn. Turn 3. The score is 12-5. Very good turn, Mark. Well played, and tied up those boys there. Very good. Got a good hand there, Mark?
No.
Assassinate.
Assassinate Kingslayer, secure 3, defend 1, which is there, which I'm not going to be able to do.
Oh, I need to get rid of some, don't I?
Yeah, so burn the ones you've just...
I've got all 5 there.
Yeah.
I'll keep that one.
Where is secure 2?
There.
Oh, it's a defend, isn't it? Defend 2. Nice. So one thing we forgot to do there, when the character was destroyed at this point, because a character is destroyed in this mission, we randomly get rid of one of Jack's active cards. We did roll for the 2 points that he did score. It could have actually got rid of that before we'd have scored that, because that would have happened before the end of the turn. So we randomised it, and basically you lost the card, which was it? Defend 2. Defend 2. So Jack lost that card. Still obviously keeps his 2 victory points from there, because it wasn't the defend 6. So all is well, but that's one thing to remember on this mission, Decapitation, that it's a really good way of, I think, striking the enemy when they are, you know, striking them when they're down, so to speak. Moment in the game here, the Kroot are firing.
I don't know if that back guy can see.
It was moved to a point where he can see.
Oh, okay.
4s.
Here it is, the Kroot. What we've all been waiting for.
Toughness 3.
Toughness 4.
4s. 5 saves.
Kroot done 5 saves.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 ups.
5.
Oh!
There's only 4 of them left.
Yeah, there's only 1 left.
Feel no pains?
There's only 4 left in that unit. I killed one earlier.
Oh yeah, there is.
Feel no pains?
I need to feel no pain. Makes 2. It's 2 down.
Polish them up in combat.
Just softening them up a little bit, aren't you? That's actually worked out best for you, because there's a objective behind there, then you'll be out of line of sight.
I regret getting rid of Blood and Guts. Should have kept it. Should have kept that card at the beginning of the game.
Kroot. Deadly things. How do you feel about getting demolished by Kroot?
Well, I've still got 2 alive, so they're still holding the objective. Just.
So that's shooting done. I'll charge the Kroot.
So both Ravagers were destroyed by the rail rifle over here, and the Riptide did a great number there, did some wounds onto the Warlock down there.
Another thing, killed a Homunculus, which then meant I got to discard defended it to 2.
Oh,
which Mark was
stop him
about to
scoring
squirrel.
2, nice.
So every little helps.
And are these Fire Wars outside of 3 here?
Yes.
So that obviously, was that your intention earlier?
Yeah. They're fine.
It's about 7.2 away, so to be within 1 you need 7.
7. Here it is.
And that's the 4. That is the 4.
7 at this stage. I'm going for it.
He's going big. He's going big. The
CP.
Kroot. The Kroot. He's got
Got
CP
it.
back.
9.
Oh no, you don't get it back. He's straight.
No.
He's in.
Do I get it? No.
Oh, that's literally. I've just zoomed in on this list.
Yeah, stick them all in.
My
We'll
superb
apply
camera
them all
skills
in
there.
back. 6,
Kroot are going in.
8.
Right.
The beard stroke means Jack's in a good place. It's like his telltale sign.
Not sure if I'm quite in a good place. I'm miles behind on victory points. I'm doing my best to salvage this. It's got desperate. The Kroot have gone in. Right, are we in?
I'm surprised you haven't thrown in the towel, Jack.
I was very close.
Normally turn 1. Right, I can see.
Yeah, you're in.
Scored assassinate.
Assassinate. I'm defending 1. Might as well keep secure 3. Might as well keep King's Legs. I'll draw 3 cards next turn.
Excellent, nice. So you got to 6. So 6 plays 12 into turn 4. Mark, draw your cards, bro.
Which is 1. Which? Okay.
What cards you drawn? If you don't mind doing it over here for the camera.
Secure objective 3, which is here.
Probably could do that. Yep.
No prisoners.
Kill something.
1 victory point if an enemy unit was destroyed in your turn. Secure objective 4. That's 2.
I think it's 4. Is 4's in? This one?
That's 6, isn't it?
That's 6.
4's in it under the Kroot.
Yes.
He's so happy about that.
Yeah.
Kroot doing a job.
Yes, it is.
Denied.
So just a quick roundup at the end of this one. This guy smited, execution of that squad away. These guys shot, charged, killed everything that was under here. The 2 flies over there killed the commander at the back there, and obviously because of 2 characters, removed 2 cards. So did you score anything that turn, Mark?
I scored no prisoners.
Cool, so you killed how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4 units.
Yeah.
So that's a D3.
D3.
Oh, big 6, so it's up to 15.
Scored objective, secure objective 3, which was here as
Cool,
well.
up to
So that's
16.
just 1. So that takes me up to 16.
So 16-6.
Mission critical. 4. which I'm on. Secure 2, which is the middle one, and secure 5, which is that one. I think we call that game.
Well, mate.
Game.
Yeah, fair play. I don't think you're going to come back 10 points, are you?
If I have my cold star still floating about to try and jump over there,
Yeah.
or try and clear some of these guys out here, might have a bit of a shot, but now I'm really pinned in that corner. The flies are an issue for me.
Yeah.
They're not going to get through the Talos, so we'll be trying to snipe these characters out.
Because he can only kill one, can't he?
Yeah, so no reroll wounds now.
Yeah. Well, guys, good game.
Yeah.
Really interesting to watch. I enjoyed it. Mark?
Really good game. My first time beating Tau. I had a monster turn. I think it was turn 3. My turn 3, and I scored about 7 points, and I think that was what the difference was. So it was. I think that, you know, it may have been. I think Jack would have struggled to table me because the guys over here.
Table doesn't matter anymore.
Indeed. So the flyers over there, he could probably get rid of one. The rifle here is going to be able to get rid of the damaged Talos. So the Talos are probably going to hang around, and then it was just who got cards. And without the you know, as many models left, it's really difficult to sweep around and get onto objectives. So I think he was going to struggle to come back from that.
You managed to knock out a lot of D3 objectives.
Yeah.
I don't think I got one throughout the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all.
And you rolled pretty well on your command points. It's 2 consistently, and then that big 3 at the end. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Great game. Wow, what a game. And I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Filming it and also watching it back, editing it was a real pleasure. So thank you so much for Mark and also Jack for just such a brilliant game. You can see there were some really great elements of sportsmanship there, and as you can probably gather, we're all really good friends, so we have some amazing games, and I really hope you did enjoy that and you took a few different aspects away from it. So some of the key moments in that game, like I said at the start, is deployment. Did Jack deploy properly? Well, look, the Riptides were one side. I know what Jack was trying to do with those, but again, you have to remember that these are new missions. This is the first time Jack has ever played this mission. It's actually the first time he's played against Mark's list, the way it's built. He had no idea where anything of Mark's was going to go. Jack was extremely unlucky with his card draws as well, which really kind of went against him, and I think that was the big thing that didn't allow him to really get back into the game. And there was a couple of turns from Mark where he literally did so well, and Jack unfortunately really whiffed. So bit of a combination there of potentially a deployment error from Jack with the Riptides. Maybe you could argue the other, because he did actually end up in a really strong position, and they were alive at the end, or one of them was alive at the end, to keep on sort of fighting. And potentially, if he did have better Maelstrom draws, then obviously with that, the game could have been completely different. And remember, in an ETC style mission, we'd have been playing Maelstrom and Eternal War. So the other element there is actually Jack could have been scoring really well on progressive scoring, but we won't know until we start to put these missions together, which are going to be coming up in the next bout of our battle reports. So once we've covered this, we'll be moving up to 2,000 point lists, and also then giving you ITC and ETC style missions. So I'm personally preparing for an ITC tournament, as well as Mark, who's coming with me to Greetings of the Warp. That is at the end of this month that we're currently in. So I'm going to be preparing for my first ITC tournament. I've only ever competed in ETC style missions before, or tournament should I say. So this is going to be really interesting for me. So it's going to be, I'm going to love to, I'm really looking forward to sharing the primary missions, the secondaries, the tertiaries, how you score, how you build a list. So I'm going to do an entire series on how to become an ITC player, and then also how do you become competitive in that environment. So I'm going to take what I know about ETC and Warhammer as it stands and book missions into the ITC, and I'm going to see what I can do this year with my Deathwatch. So that's going to be really interesting. But again, if you want any of this support, any tactics, you want the player's guide, then please head over to www.vanguardtactics.com, and if you haven't done so already, do subscribe, it really helps me out. It really helps you become a better 40k gamer, because you're just going to get notified of our weekly battle reports that we do. We also do a Voxcast or podcast now, which is available on iTunes, and also I'm going to put every video onto this channel, so you'll be able to listen to it here. But if you're in the car driving, then iTunes, Spotify, they're the places to get that, and you can just search for Vanguard Tactics. Episode 1 is already out at this stage, and I kind of cover how I got into the hobby, what I've been doing, and also how I went undefeated at the Grand Tournament. And also, finally, a massive thank you to Glasshammer Gaming. That is one of our sponsors of the show. They just essentially keep the lights on, keep this all from happening, and also allowing us and me the opportunities to become better myself as a player. And finally, all the Patreons, thank you so much for all your continued support. I'm going to do a screen roll, and you'll be able to see your name there if you are one of our Patreon supporters. And if you would like to support the channel, then again, head over to my email and the website, and you'll be sent a link to the Patreon page as well. So guys, I'm Stephen, this has been Vanguard Tactics episode number 3. So until next week, have a good one, and if you play, let me know. Any comments, pop them below, and I'll see you next week.